Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dan on Sports. A couple of notes as we put together the newsletter. Number one, and I had a blurb about it in the Friday newsletter, Alex Rodriguez is now the co-owner of the NBA's Minnesota Timberwolves and the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx. And I noticed that they have laid off something like 35 or 40 people in the front office. I find it interesting that when you have an athlete who, particularly one making a lot of money, suddenly buying a sports franchise, how they take an opposite tact. I mean, when you were an athlete, you wanted as much money as possible, and at the time, A-Rod actually signed a record contract with the Texas Rangers when he became a free agent. And now you're on the other side, and you're more concerned about a balance sheet. Isn't that interesting? And one other note, and I'll link to the story in Front Office Sports, they're making progress on that stadium for the Athletics in Las Vegas. It's going to happen. And I mean, they're doing more than just moving dirt around. Pylons are in. They're waiting for a couple of more permits. Before you know it, you're actually going to see a structure coming up from the ground. You're going to have upper decks. You're going to have stands. And it's happening. And you're going to see activity along those lines in late September. And I guess my point is, you might be against the move of the Athletics from Oakland by way of Sacramento to Las Vegas. You might not like the owner of the Athletics and how that all came about, but there are social media channels out there who keep insisting the stadium in Las Vegas is not going to be built. It's not only going to be built, it's being built. There's a camera there, and you can watch the activity. They are building that stadium. So believe what you want. These channels can go out there and say, oh, that stadium in Las Vegas is never going to happen. And there are channels out there who are still saying that, reporting that, quote unquote. It's happening. The owner of the Athletics might be pulling strings and trying to do gymnastics financially in order to cover the cost of the stadium because the cost continues to rise. But he's saying that they are going to meet up with their obligation. They're going to meet their financial obligations. The stadium is going to be built, and it is being built. In fact, I'll link to the story in the show notes. That's going to do it for Dan on Sports. See you later.